when you're not shopping for a phone, what is it you do in time now? My name is Bhupinder Sota. I'm a paid professional fundraiser.
Jack,
Fantastic Jack. So, I can see you were about to head out shopping, but very, very quickly I'll just go through the issues. What do you think we do at Shah? Well, you know, in this area you obviously see there's a problem with homelessness. Who's begging and then he bought something, some kind of drugs or whatever he bought from over there. I mean, I can see how people get desensitized to that because they see it all the time. It's difficult. But what we're trying to do at Shah, we don't go around just like shoving this number in people's faces. First of all, it's illegal. We can't just go to someone who's homeless and just be like, call this number. We can't do that. That's a private matter for the police to handle. What we want to do, we want to make this number available. So if that person comes to the point where they feel like they need a change in their life, they need to do something different, they just feel that motivation to get back on track. Like I spoke to a guy earlier, you know, he's been homeless for 3 years, but you still see that vulnerability in his eyes. You know, he's still with us. He's very, very articulate as well, which really scared me because he was as articulate as I was, and I'm like, maybe I could be in that situation at some point. Maybe that's a possibility for me if I didn't have the background that I had and you had. I'm sure that could be us. So all we're trying to do is say, let's make this number available. Keep stepping in. Let's make this number available so when they want to call us, they can, and we can make a change. We're here to provide them with housing, but we're also here to change their mindset. We're here to, you know, get them through a debt management class, get them from a CV writing class. But to do that, obviously, you need light bulbs in there. You know, you need the computers. Doesn't just happen. That's what we want to do. Unfortunately, now as well, we have 112,000 children that are currently in temporary accommodation. I'm not going to go through all the things that they go through, but you're an intelligent man. You can understand what that would be like. And that can have, you know, an effect on their education, their social skills, and, you know, occasionally even their general health. I don't know if you're renting at the moment or you had like your mortgage set up.
Private rent. I rent a flat with friends in the city. I'm trying to get a house, but you know, difficult mortgage.
Well, you know about the whole rental crisis, and that's a problem. Have you heard about revenge evictions?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a big problem. So obviously, if your landlord says, you know, there could be mould, there could be, you know, something wrong with the heating. I totally agree. I've been in that situation as well. And if you complain, they can just kick you out. Before 2015, that was a thing. People were just getting kicked out because we have 9 million of us now renting. Me and yourself. 200,000 of them have had complaints with their landlords. Not just being verbally abusive, but, you know, on occasions physically abusive. And they're getting away with it because if they kick them out, they've got nowhere else to go. So this verbal abuse just continues, just goes on and on and on. And who's standing up for their rights? No. I'm sure you're going to say, you know, maybe the police, maybe. It's a civil matter. It's a civil matter. What do you do about that? You know, you call us. We have paid professional staff and we're the ones, we're a charity, but unfortunately we're the ones that have to deal with it. So we take those calls, we have paid professional staff. I was actually in there with one of them earlier, and just early in the week I was actually in that call centre, and just the calls that come through are fascinating. Not just because of, you know, obviously there's people crying, people really, but just average calls are just people asking for help.
Because the government should be doing that, not charities though.
They should, but unfortunately that's the situation we're in. We've actually lost our government funding. Because I thought, you know, I think we're a bit of the cause, but what we want to do, we want to lobby with the government. As I said, in 2015, we actually changed that and put the Revenge Evictions Law Act in place. When it comes to the deposit scheme, you know, right now there's a situation where, you know, you have to put a deposit in, and after 10 days, you get that back, right? But in those 10 days, anything could happen. You know, your landlord will come in and just break something and say, you broke this, there's 2 months of your deposit gone. And who would you call in that situation? The police?
It's a bit of a risky risk, isn't it? The money's already gone.
And if that does happen, you know, God forbid it doesn't in your next flat, God forbid that does not happen. But I want you and everyone else in that situation to have a number to call. And unfortunately it's us. You know, I'd love it to not be that case, but it is. So what we're trying to do...
You got lawyers and things like that, you get legal advice?
We have great lawyers, great lawyer team, but basically all I actually want to talk to you about today is our phone line.
Right.
So as I said before, right now we get about 3,000 calls to this number. 3,000. Unfortunately, we can only take 2,000. That is 1,000 calls that aren't getting answered.
And that's the
And
thing.
you heard about New York as well. They're actually changing it. There's a system in New York where they're flat taxing the rent, so people can just live there. You know, New York has the biggest problem, obviously, but it's about the size of England.
Yeah.
England's bigger, but it's coming to us. And people say, "Oh, you can't do." New York are working out a way. They're ahead of us slightly, but we can make that change. Oh, the government needs to. We can make.
Well,
that
affordable
change.
rental properties are good condition, not like shitholes of people.
That's
like
what we're
that.
actually working on. That's
Yeah.
what we're working on. We want that. We want that for so where you could stay in a place for 5 years, the rent doesn't go above income tax. That's a big issue. If your rent's constantly going up, how are you meant to do that? But as a shelter, we've already lobbied and we've put that law in act. The deposit scheme was enacted in 2007. So we've changed laws. People say we can't do it. We can. We can actually change laws. Unfortunately, as I said, you know, we need to keep our staff in order because obviously we can't have volunteers. Because if you got someone crying down the phone,
I thought it's all volunteers at the shelter.
it's unfortunate. If you got someone crying down, the phone, you can't have a volunteer on the line.
You get paid staff doing that.
You have to. You have to have trained, paid staff. So when that important call comes in, they're ready to take any question.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. Unfortunately, you know, it takes great people like yourself to come in and actually give us a small amount. Maybe, say if I was to knock on your door and take a cup of tea to you, take a cup of tea from you, it costs about £1.50, and I was to knock on your door every week and say that's going to help one more person call this number, stop them being evicted, help them with eviction, help them dealing with domestic, ask where their money goes, and it's like, it's really confusing to me. Like, if it was me and, you know, someone was talking to me, I'd be like, where does this money go?
You want to know where your money goes.
Yeah, so, I mean, I congratulate you for asking that question because that's so important. Now, what we want to do, we want to make sure that we are clear. So, basically, 1% of it goes on the administration because obviously we need administration costs. We need light bulbs, we need computers so we can get everything to work. 18% is on actual fundraising. So, we do that. We're out here, we have, advertising, we have many different ways. We also work with that's a plastic. I mean, myself, I love cats, so I'm donating to all the cats charities because I just feel, you know, that's what I connect with. And I completely understand you as well, but I think the key thing of animals is they are, you know, they're the ones that trying to find my words there. They are vulnerable, and that's why we care for them. Like when you see a cat or you see a dog, and like I was training a dog earlier, my uncle's dog, and I was training it, and you see the beautiful vulnerability in their eyes, and you're just like, this amazing creature. And I feel the same with cats as well, dogs and cats. But the thing is, the same case comes through with children. They have the same vulnerabilities. Obviously, there are more aspects. It's more complicated. But I think people forget that, you know, when you're looking at dog's eyes or a cat's eyes, you see that, you know, vulnerability. But sometimes it's lost on children. I think we're so desensitized today that we don't see that beautiful vulnerability that a small child has. And that's what we're trying to do. So it's obviously a different thing, but it's about helping someone who's vulnerable, whether it be an animal or a small child. It's about getting the help that they need to help them, you know, achieve the goals that you yourself has with cars, or, you know, me myself, or the goals I want to achieve after this job or continuing this job. So that's really our goal. As I said, if I came to your house and asked you for a cup of tea that cost about £1.50 every week, knocked on your door and took that and said, you know, one more child, I'm really happy that you asked that question, because people don't ask that question. Like, people don't ask about their bank deals and it going through. So basically, what we do, we put the information on here, just as you would on the internet. What we're going to ask for you, obviously we're going to ask for something, is your sort code and account number. Do you know that 16-digit number on your card? We will not ask for that. You never ever give anyone that 16-digit number. So obviously,
we'll never give it anyway. If you give the sort code, that is only the money you know is going to come out. That, you know.
Exactly. So do you know, like what bank are you with?
NatWest.
NatWest, fantastic. So when NatWest send you a letter, they put the sort code and the account number on it.
Yeah.
They never put the 16-digit number on it. No. Because it's going in the post. What if someone was to intercept your post and they have those digits? It'd be a problem, wouldn't it? Yeah. But they would never ever put your 16-digit. Can you back up a bit? Yeah. They would never ever put your 16-digit number on that details. So basically, that's all we're asking for. Okay. And you have online banking, sir?
Online, yeah, I do online banking. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! So if anything comes up, exactly, you just press the button and sort it out. Yeah. There's literally nothing we can do with that.
No.
Does that make you feel a bit more comfortable about it? Good. That question, because it shows me that people are switched on. But yeah, it's fantastic. So that's all we want basically. Comes out about £1.50 out your week. That makes the huge difference. Can I get you on board, mate? A quick matter of just popping your name in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sort code and account number,
Mm-hmm.
and then just a quick signature. That's all it is. Show we want you to give for as long as you can, but circumstances changes, so you can give as much or as little as you want, depending on how it goes. Like I'm working here now, but I might not be in 2 weeks' time.